welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Today we are diving into essential phrases drawn directly from a recent SpeakDuo lesson, tailored for the advanced English learner. To practice these phrases in conversation, you can visit SpeakDuo.com to meet new people from around the world who are practicing English on video calls.
All right, let's jump straight in. First up, we have a word that I think is fantastic for capturing those moments of disbelief. The word is surreal.
Surreal. So this basically means something feels bizarre, almost dreamlike. Like it's too strange to actually be real.
Exactly. And I think a lot of learners might just default to saying something is amazing or incredible.
Right, but those words don't quite get to the heart of it, do they? They express a positive feeling, but surreal is more about that sense of unreality. Yes, that's the nuance. The power of surreal is that it specifically implies that feeling of disbelief. You know, like you're watching a movie, but it's your own life.
That's a great way to put it. So, for example, in a work context, someone might say, walking on the red carpet for the first time felt absolutely surreal.
It wasn't just good, it felt like it wasn't happening. Or, for an IELTS speaking question about travel, you could say something like, yes, seeing the pyramids for the first time was a surreal moment for me. It just elevates the language so much.
Okay, moving on from something personal to something public. Let's talk about the term shout out.
A very common one. Basically, a public expression of praise or acknowledgement.
But how is that different from, say, a public acknowledgement? That sounds so formal, so bureaucratic.
It is, and that's the risk here. A shout-out is way more casual. It's celebratory. It has its roots in radio and hip-hop culture, so it's personal.
It's a warm, informal thank you.
Totally. You might say, I want to give a huge shout-out to my mom for helping me today. It's immediate, it's personal.
Or in a slightly more professional but still conversational setting, you could say, I'd give a shout out to my best friend for always supporting me. It keeps the tone friendly.
Right. Now let's switch gears from praise to preparation, or maybe the lack of it. Our next phrase is to wing it.
To wing it. So doing something with zero preparation. Just improvising on the spot.
The immediate comparison is to improvise, right? But they're not exactly the same.
No, I feel like winging it has this slight sense of, maybe desperation? Or that you had to do it without a plan because you ran out of time?
I think so too. Improvisation can be a skill, like a jazz musician improvising. Winging it suggests you're just hoping for the best.
Definitely. A classic work example would be, I didn't study for the presentation, so I just had to wing it. You can feel the stress in that sentence.
And in a more casual setting, if someone asks if you follow recipes, you could say, nah, I usually just wing it and throw whatever I have in the pan.
Okay, but what if you're not just winging it, but intentionally taking a shortcut? That brings us to our next phrase, to cut corners.
This one is so important, doing something in the cheapest or fastest way. But, and this is the key, at the expense of quality.
Yes. I think this is a huge trap for learners. It's so easy to confuse this with being efficient.
But they're worlds apart. Cutting corners is always, always negative. It implies you're sacrificing quality or safety or ethics. Efficiency doesn't do that.
When you cut corners, something ends up worse off.
Exactly. And the example in the source material is pretty stark. The building collapsed because the construction company tried to cut corners to save money.
That really shows the stakes, but it can be used for smaller things too, right?
Oh, for sure. Like, I cut corners when folding laundry. I just throw everything in the drawer. It's a kind of lazy efficiency.
I think we all do that sometimes. All right, from negative consequences to positive opportunities. Let's talk about having a legit shot.
I love this one. It means a real, genuine chance to succeed.
It sounds so much stronger than just a good chance, doesn't it? That word legit, short for legitimate, it adds a layer of authenticity. This isn't just wishful thinking.
Exactly. It makes it sound real, achievable. You often hear it in competitive situations.
Like at work, you might hear a manager say, I think he has a legit shot at getting the promotion this year. It means the possibility is very real.
Right. And you can use it in the negative, too, to be realistic. Like if someone asked if you could win a baking show, you could say, nah, I don't have a legit shot. I burn everything I cook.
Okay, our sixth phrase moves us into personal change, to turn over a new page.
A classic idiom. It means to make a fresh start, usually to change your behavior for the better.
So how is this different from, say, to start afresh?
I think to turn over a new page is much more personal. It's specifically about your habits, your attitude, usually breaking bad ones. It implies a real commitment to self-improvement.
I see. So starting afresh could be about moving to a new city, but this is about changing yourself.
Precisely. The focus is on that behavioral change. An example would be, he decided to turn over a new page and start exercising every morning.
Or if you're asked about your goals, yes, I am trying to turn over a new page regarding my sleeping habits. It sounds very intentional.
Next up, we have caught up in the moment.
This one describes being so involved in something that you kind of stop thinking clearly. You act impulsively.
Yeah, the comparison would be to being very excited. But the nuance here is that loss of control, right?
Exactly. When you're caught up in the moment, it's like the event takes over and makes you do things you wouldn't normally do. It's an external force.
And it's often used to explain why you did something surprising, like, I was so caught up in the moment that I started singing loudly in the street.
Or for a sports event. Yes, I was caught up in the moment when my team scored and screamed for 5 minutes. It almost serves as an excuse.
Totally. Okay, number 8 is a big one, to bite the bullet.
Meaning you force yourself to do something unpleasant or difficult that you've been putting off.
And this one is often confused with to face the music. What's the difference there?
That's a great question. Biting the bullet is about enduring a task you have to do but have been avoiding, like going to the dentist. Facing the music is about dealing with the consequences of something you've already done.
Ah, so one is about an upcoming task, the other is about past actions.
Exactly. So if you're procrastinating, you need to bite the bullet. The classic example is, I hate the dentist, but I have to bite the bullet and make an appointment.
Or another one, I need to bite the bullet and finally clean my messy garage. You're just forcing yourself to do the necessary, unpleasant thing.
And finally, our last phrase for today is to call it a day.
A very common and useful one. It just means to decide to stop working on something, usually because you're tired or you're done.
How is it different from just saying to finish work?
Finishing work is just a fact, but to call it a day feels like a conscious decision, an agreement. It often implies you've put in a good effort and now it's time to stop for the day. There's a sense of closure.
I see what you mean. It feels more final for the day. Like in this example, we've been working for 10 hours, let's call it a day and go home.
Right. And I love this other example. It's so relatable. I mentally call it a day around 4 p.m., even if I leave at 5.
I think we've all been there. Okay, that's 9 fantastic phrases.
And now we're going to put you to the test with a quick quiz to see how well you've been listening.
Yep, this is all about context. Let's see if you can pick the right meaning for each phrase.
Okay, first question is on the word surreal. The experience of walking the red carpet was described as surreal. This implies the situation felt.
Is it option A, strange and dreamlike, feeling almost impossible? Option B, intense and overwhelming due to high pressure? Or option C, familiar and comforting after a long absence?
Feel free to pause the critique here if you need to think about the answer for surreal.
And the correct option is A. Remember, the key to surreal is that dreamlike, almost unreal quality, like seeing the pyramids.
Perfect. Question 2, let's look at shout out. She gave a huge shout out to her team on live TV. This means she.
Option A, issued a loud, angry complaint about a mistake. Option B, delivered a public message of praise or greeting. Or option C, announced a sudden, unexpected change of plans.
Take a moment to think about the meaning of shout out.
The answer is B. A shout-out is a public and usually informal message of praise, like thanking your mom.
Nicely done. Question 3 is about to wing it. I didn't have time to prepare, so I just had to wing it. This means I.
Did I? Option A, rely heavily on advice from expert sources. Option B, carefully follow the pre-approved strategy. Or option C, improvise the task without any preparation.
Pause now if you need to recall the meaning of wing it.
And the correct option is C,
To wing it is all about improvising because you didn't prepare, just like that presentation example.
All right, question 4 deals with legit shot. He has a legit shot at winning the competition. This suggests his success is
Option A, a strictly theoretical possibility. Option B, a genuine and realistic opportunity. Or Option C, a guaranteed and certain outcome.
Consider the meaning of legit shot before you answer.
The correct option is B. A legit shot is a real, authentic, genuine opportunity, like that chance for a promotion.
Moving on to question 5, which is to turn over a new page. He decided to turn over a new page this year. This indicates a desire to
Option A, abandon a project before it is finished. Option B, revisit old memories to learn from them. Or Option C, make a fresh start to improve behavior.
think about that behavioral part of to turn over a new page.
You got it. The answer is C. It's all about making a fresh start to improve your behavior, like with those sleeping habits.
Great. Question 6, to cut corners. The company was accused of trying to cut corners. This means they
Did they, Option A, compromise on quality to save time or money? Option B, innovate rapidly to solve complex problems? Or Option C, follow safety regulations with extreme care?
take a moment to think about that negative feeling associated with cut corners.
And the correct option is A. To cut corners always means compromising on quality for savings, which led to that building collapse in our example.
Almost there. Question 7 is on caught up in the moment. I got caught up in the moment and screamed. This suggests I was
Option A, confused by the sudden change in plans. Option B, so absorbed in the event that I acted impulsively. Or Option C, aware of the time passing very slowly.
Pause here if you need to think about being caught up in the moment.
The correct answer is B. When you get caught up in the moment, you're so absorbed you act impulsively, like screaming when your team scores.
And our final question is on to bite the bullet. You just have to bite the bullet. This idiom advises someone to
Option A, accept a difficult task one has been avoiding. Option B, aggressively confront a person who is wrong. Or Option C, ignore a problem hoping it will go away.
This is the last one. Think about bite the bullet.
And the answer is A. To bite the bullet means to finally do that difficult thing you've been avoiding, like making that dentist appointment.
And that's the quiz. We've gone through 9 really vital phrases, from understanding that feeling of surreal to knowing when you just have to bite the bullet.
So here's your task for this week. Try to use at least 2 of these in your next English conversation. Maybe talk about a legit shot you have at something, or a time you had to cut corners.
And remember, these lessons come from SpeakDuo, which is designed to help you gain this kind of conversational fluency. We really encourage you to visit SpeakDuo.com to practice.
Until next time, keep challenging yourself and elevating your conversation.
We look forward to seeing your progress.